Okay, and on the heels, it is still my birthday, by the way. Um, I had to get on because what I witnessed at Lincoln Financial Field today, what I witnessed, it appears to me that there are two teams going in opposite directions. My Chicago Bears, they're headed in the right direction. The Philadelphia Eagles are hustling backwards and going in a different direction. Um, the quarterback play, Caleb Williams, wasn't good, but he was good enough. As I stated before to someone on social, basically they are talking about Caleb and he's not a good quarterback. And I would say he's doing the little things. He's doing the little things that are important and contributed to. I can't even say the word contributing to wins. Number one, I think it was the third quarter on the Mononga touchdown. I think that happened might have happened in the fourth quarter. Yeah, the fourth quarter. So the Bears were up 10-9, and they I think they had a key third down and three. They were deep in Eagles territory. Now, of course, if they don't make it, they're gonna settle for a field goal and go up 13-9. Caleb makes a beautiful short pass to DJ Moore that gave them a first and goal at like what the two. Mananga scores a few plays later. This is the little things that Caleb is doing. He's doing the little things, and this is what we need right now. And we're hoping the big things come later on. I guess is if you're doing the little things before the big things, that's a positive. Okay. Some people work the opposite. They get the big things down and don't do the little things. Caleb he's doing the little things. This is why we're winning because he's doing the little things. And I hope everybody understands that this Bears team, I keep saying it. They are, repeat after me if you're watching, mentally stable. Okay? Mentally stable. They're a mentally stable team. Each week they prove that they are strong mentally. Each week they're proving it. They went to Philadelphia. They bullied. They let me yes, you heard that. You're hearing this right. They bullied the Eagles defensive line. Our offensive line bullied the Eagles defensive line. Now, Jordan Davis of the Philadelphia Eagles had made a statement last week. They wanted to be called the Broad Street Bullies. This is true. Jordan Davis he wanted to borrow the Flyers' old nickname and bring it to the Eagles defense and call themselves the Broadway Bullies. Well, first of all, Mr. Davis, you can't get bullied on Broad Street by the Chicago Bears because that is exactly what happened. So you might want to rethink that. Now, getting back to this game. I mean, first of all, thanks to my son. He got me down here and I had a great time. It was me, my son, my daughter, my wife, and my mother-in-law. Now, my son bought me my tickets for my birthday. course, my wife, she decided she wanted to go too and take her mom. Her mom never been to one, and her mom, a notorious, very big Eagle fan. So my wife bought tickets for her mother, and she tagged along my daughter. We sat in different sections. I mean, we all had a good time. We was able to, meet up at the end of the game, and I did a little tailgate. It wasn't a tailgate, but we bought my son's. He had some buffalo chicken dip, and I bought some bears. I had some I had some Henny inside a little cup. My wife bought me a cam. She bought me a for my birthday was a it looked like a lens, a camera lens, but it was actually a tumbler cup, but it looked like a camera lens. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I poured my little, Henny in there and had my Coca-Cola and all that and was able, feel nice. It was feel a little nice. It was cold outside. It was cold. I was dressed for the occasion. And but it was one of those days. It was cold. My wife also bought these hand warmers and I was able to put them inside my glove and man, I'm like, listen, if you ever go to an Eagles game or wherever you go and it's cold, get yourself some hand warmers and put them jaws inside your glove. You will thank me later, but man, my hands were warm the whole time because they last for like 10 hours. So, I mean, it was, and my wife, she always has a way of coming through when it matters most. And I'm telling you, that really kept my hands so warm. Now, my feet took a little L, but it was towards the end of the game that my feet started to get a little numb and started to feel cold. A little towards the end of the game. But overall, for the most part of the game, I was great. I was great. The crowd, I was shocked how the Eagles fans, they were leaving with like 11 minutes to go in the game. And it was only an 8-point lead. It was 17-9, and they were leaving because they were sick and tired of the offense, how the offense looked. But that's not a reason to leave. You're still in the game. And I was just shocked that I say they are leaving. I just couldn't believe it. But those who did left, they made a great decision because the Eagles didn't come back. But I just got Ben Johnson. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him and say he's the greatest coach since you know who. I don't want to do that. I don't because I'm gonna let this thing play out. But I'm really seeing this is these games have been unbear like. These are unbear like games. The going into Philadelphia and bullying the Eagles defensive line. And let's face it, our defense had a great game. Our defense had a great game. And we're still without three linebackers. I mean, can you imagine when TJ Edwards, Noah Sewell, and Tremaine Edmonds gets back in business deep in December? I mean, this could be really special. The Bears are doing things that they haven't done since 1985. This this is real. They are doing things that hasn't been done in since 85. The first thing is the three defensive backs that have four more interceptions. That hasn't happened since 1985. And now you got two running backs over 100 yards for the first time since 1985. They are Swift and Monangai are the first running back combination to get over 100 yards since Walter Payton and Matt Sully. I mean, this is crazy. What last year at this time we were firing Matt Eberflus on a Friday, Black Friday. We were firing Matt Eberflus. I remember that day. I was on the treadmill when I heard the news, and I was relieved when I heard the news. I was relieved because Matt Eberflus, he really he gave this organization a black eye. I mean, worse than Mark Trestman. He was worse than Mark Trestman. Matt Eberflus. He was worse than Mark Trestman. Mark Trestman goes down as probably the worst Bears coach in the history of coaches because he gave up back-to-back 50-point games to Green Bay and New England back in 14. And that right there was like alone, like, man, this guy's horrible. But Matt Eberflus, he said, hold my beer. And he would do things that just gave this organization a major black eye, like not managing the clock well. The game last year, it was on my birthday against Detroit when Caleb was driving the team and Matty Bafus did something real stupid towards the end. I forget. This thing and things just went to hell. As my there you go. Yeah. So this is man, this has been a special season. The Bears are now 9-3. It feels like they control their destiny. That win against the Eagles, that was huge because Green Bay and Detroit both lost to the Eagles. That win was big. Now the Bears, all they got to do is they got to win next week in Green Bay. It's going to be hard, not going to be easy. Okay, and then I think after that, who they got after that? I got to look at the schedule. I'm not sure they got to that, but I know next week is Green Bay, and I think it's a Cleveland. They got Cleveland after Green Bay. So if we don't beat Green Bay, we should be able to beat Cleveland. And Cleveland, although they got a reputation for having the best defense, Philadelphia had that reputation too. So I'm feeling even more confident against Cleveland because this offensive line is doing some things that I haven't seen in my lifetime. Yes, in my lifetime. When I was, back rooting for the Bears when I was a young kid, I didn't pay attention to the offensive line. I just love Walter Payton and I love McMahon and I love all those guys, man. And I love the defense, of course, and I didn't pay attention to the offensive line. So I can't really, but now that I'm really able to focus and look at this offensive line and see what they're doing, and you got the stats to prove it, this is just unbelievable what this offensive line is doing. I haven't seen an offensive line like this in my lifetime. You know, I have to go back probably. I'm talking about my mature age years. I have not seen an offensive line like this. So I'm just if you're a Bears fan, enjoy the moment, savor the moment. You just went into the Lincoln Financial Field and beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and you beat them good. Now the quarterback, he's listen. I was hoping today would be the day. It's not the day. He's got to be. He's got to. We need to see that performance from Caleb Williams. We got to see a game where he outplays a quarterback that is basically higher tier. He's got to do it. He hasn't outplayed. I don't even think he outplayed Jalen Hurts today. Honestly, I don't. Even though the numbers were kind of even, I still don't think he outplayed Jalen Hurts. Hurts might have got. Well, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But today may have been an even match between Hurts and himself because the weather conditions wasn't that great and it was windy out there. But that can't be an excuse though. There were some passes that Caleb missed. I think there was one in the corner end zone that he missed on. I think it was Zacchaeus that he missed in the back of the end zone on one occasion that he should have completed. So Caleb is still missing those easy passes, and that this is. I want to let this guy. I want to let him out. I want to let him out so bad, but I can't right now. I can't let him out. Maybe next week. Maybe next week he gets out of the doghouse. And maybe next week. But I can't let him out right now. I mean, I thought this was going to be the day. I did. They won the game, but it wasn't because of him. He did some good little things. He contributed, but it wasn't wholly because of him. It was because of our running backs and the offensive linemen. And of course, the defense helped too, a little bit. That's my show for today. Bear down, 9-3, first place again. The Bears are still in first place. Ryan Poles living up to his word. He is taking the North and not giving it back. Now, next week, if you beat Green Bay, there could be some truth to those words. I'm out.